Hi guys, I am back. You know, girl been missing for a hot little minute. I thought I would just catch you guys up on what has been going on with me since I have been gone. And I'm trying to be more consistent. You know, this is a new year. I'm trying to get my shit together. I don't know how long this is gonna last because I'm a very inconsistent kind of person. I'm not very organized, and I'm working on that. I'm trying to work on that. But since I've been gone, I guess I should probably, like I said, catch you guys up on what has been going on. So, 2019, start of a new year. For those of you who do not know, my birthday was February 1st. And, everybody's like, oh, it's January, it's a new year, you gotta, start off right, you gotta, get your life together, start working on things. I was on that path too, but then I was like, this is not really gonna work for me. I'm gonna try again in February. Then February came, and then that was my birthday month, and I was like, ooh, March is looking a little bit better. I feel like March is it. March is the new January. So I'm here, March 1st. Starting off good so far. We'll see how long this lasts. But yeah, I'm trying to get it together. So, before the new year came, was it before the new year came? Yeah, before the new year came, I had a second job. I know many of you are probably still wondering what I do for my first job, for my main job. You will not know until I leave that job because I am still working there, and I'll make 3 years in a couple months. Actually, I'll be 3 years in a couple months. I'll be working there. But I started a new job, and I know a lot of people love my career videos or like job videos, how to get a job, the interview process. So I did get a second job. This job most likely will not be helpful to a lot of people, I'm guessing, because they don't have a lot of locations. So, I mean, if you want to know and you live in my area, then here you go. Some of you may not even know that this job exists because I damn sure did not know it exists. So, I worked for L'Oreal. I know many of you are probably like, does L'Oreal have a store? Yes and no. I'll get into that furthermore. So, it was like around the holiday season. When did I start? I was only there for like a month. It really wasn't a long time. I think I started like November, I want to say. Yeah, I started in like November, like around Thanksgiving. A few days before Thanksgiving, I actually started. And I remember like the beginning of November, probably, I got an email from Wet n Wild. I obviously signed up for their notifications because I shop there every so often. And I just got an email saying that they were hiring for like holiday season. I was like, okay, sure, like it's good. I'll pick up a second job, earn some extra money, and then also be able to buy myself makeup because if y'all don't know, some of y'all wouldn't know based off of the fact that I have no makeup on right now. I dibble and dabble. I'm practicing in some makeup, and I would love to work at an actual makeup store so that I could learn, more techniques and how to match skin and different skin types and, skincare and how to properly, sanitize your makeup and whatnot and, just things like that. So fast forward, I applied or whatever through the little website. I did recently know that L'Oreal or that Wet n Wild was owned by L'Oreal. So that wasn't a surprise to me because I tried to apply a few years ago to Wet n Wild and it sent me directly to the L'Oreal website. So I knew that they were connected. So I applied for Wet n Wild or whatever the position was that I applied for. But I made the application open publicly for the New York area. I do live in New York City, Manhattan to be exact. And, I was like, okay, sure, fine, whatever. Hopefully I get it. If I don't, I'll be fine. I have another job anyways. It's not a huge deal. So I get a phone call. I'm on my way to my job one day, my first job, obviously, my main job. I was walking on my way to work, and I get this random, like, phone call. I'm just like, I don't answer random phone calls if you're not saved, because I get a lot of like scammers and people calling me constantly, and I'm blocking numbers all the time. I keep getting this one phone call about my car is gonna be repossessed. Bitch, I don't even own a car. It's New York City. I own Metro cards. Okay, so I didn't answer it. Then I get an email like 5 minutes later from, you know, this guy like, hey, you know, my name is such and such, I work for L'Oreal, we received the application, and you know, if you could just email us back so we can give you a call. I was like, oh, so that was you, bro. So I emailed him back, and you know, he called me or whatever, and basically was like, hey, you know, I work for L'Oreal, I guess HR, I'm guessing L'Oreal HR, and we would love to just, you know, have you come in for an interview. So I was like, okay, sure. I was excited. So I went, and my interview was Hudson Yards. If you are not too familiar with the actual area, it's literally like up the street from Jacob's Javits Center, where BeautyCon is usually held. Unfortunately, I probably will not be going this year because I'm broke and I can't afford that $50 ticket. But I want to go so bad. But yeah, it's like up the street from Jacob's Javits Center, the 7 drain. So yeah, and I got there. It was raining and it was cold, and I didn't have an umbrella. It was pouring. I had to take a Uber back home, but that's not the point of the story, Denisha. It's not what we're talking about. So I get to the place. It's a tall building, like near the river. It was beautiful. It's a tall building. Like they have to have maybe like 50 floors or something. And you know, I go in. I meet the guy upstairs at like the L'Oreal headquarters or something, and he basically, you know, sits me down and explains to me, well, he pulls me in a room with another lady, and they explained to me that, you know, we seen that you applied for, you know, the Wet and Wild position. Like, no, actually he didn't. He asked me what made me apply, and I was like, oh, I actually was just, I got a notification from Wet and Wild saying that they were hiring for seasonal workers, and you know, I'm very big into makeup. I'm learning as I go. And I was like, you know what, let me just give it a try. And he was like, oh, well, you know, that's great. This position won't actually be for Wet and Wild. And I was like, okay, so then what is the position? And he was like, well, if you do not know, L'Oreal has an employee store where we sell all products that are under the L'Oreal family. So there are tons of products that are under L'Oreal that I had no idea. So Maybelline is under L'Oreal. Kiehl's, like the skincare company, skincare line brand, they're under L'Oreal. CeraVe is another skincare line that's under L'Oreal. Urban Decay, oh my god, Giorgio Armani, it's so, like, things I didn't even know. Carol's Daughter, it was a lot. It's so many, like, is it Rimmel? No, I don't think Rimmel. Their hair care products, Clarisonic, I bought me a Clarisonic. They have so many different lines under L'Oreal's umbrella that is ridiculous. Like, I had absolutely no idea. So he was like, you know, just reading off a lot of the products that they sell. They also sell a lot of perfume companies are also under L'Oreal. Flower Bomb by Victor and Rolf is one of my favorite fragrances. That's under L'Oreal. Polo, Armani Exchange. I got my boyfriend some cologne for Christmas. It's my Cardi B. But yeah, so he was explaining to me, and I'm like, okay, wow. And he was basically explaining to me, like, you know, because L'Oreal is basically, you know, a giant company that has other different companies under the umbrella, they of course can't have a standalone shop. You know what I mean? Because there's so many different companies that are attached to the L'Oreal brand. There's no way you can have a standalone shop, or, you know, everywhere throughout the nation. So what they do is, for people who work for those specific brands, so like if you work for Kiehl's, if you work for Wet n Wild, if you work for NYX, I keep saying Wet n Wild, and it wasn't even Wet n Wild. Oh my god, it was NYX. I'm sorry, I've been saying Wet n Wild this whole time, but I meant to say NYX. Sorry. So I had applied for NYX. My bad, L'Oreal. Where did I get Wet n Wild from? Oh my gosh. But yeah, so, you know, if you worked at NYX, if you worked at Kiehl's, if you worked at CeraVe, which I don't think they have a shop, but if you worked for Carol's daughter, then you were considered obviously an employee of L'Oreal, of the L'Oreal brand. Cool. So what they did to offer certain perks to their employees, they had a employee store within the HR building, like the corporate building. So the employee store was on a separate floor, and you can bring your friends, you can bring your family, like you can bring anybody. It's totally up to you. And they would get half off everything, which is amazing. And I was like, oh, this is so great. So he was explaining to me, like, this is just a temporary position. You'll only be hired up until like December 21st or something like that. And I was like, okay, like, that's fine. It gives me enough time to, make some money, get my gifts that I need to get and whatnot. And it was amazing. They just talked to me a little bit more about, like, what do I do? What do I have? Like, what do I like? And that was it. And then they just sent me on my way. So I was like, okay, cool. So about a week later, I ended up getting an email basically saying, congratulations, like, we would love to offer you the position. Making minimum wage here in New York City is $15. So I was making $15 because that was minimum wage, or that's what minimum wage was going to be the start of January 1st. That's what all minimum wage is supposed to be in New York City if your employer has more than, I believe, 10 or 15 employees working for them. Then everyone's minimum wage should be $15. So if your minimum wage is not $15 and you work for a company that has more than 10 or 15 employees, then I would probably call 311 because they're trying to get you. So yeah, so I started out making $15 an hour, and I only worked about 4 hours a day because I had my other job. So I would open at the L'Oreal store, and then I would just go to my other job. And to be honest, like, the job was pretty easy. It was not hard. It was a pretty small store. So, and, not many people knew about it unless you were an employee or, someone's employee family. Also, like, if you did, I don't know what they're called, but if you did, like, what is the thing, like, when they have, like, people come in and test the products? So L'Oreal would do that once in a while. They would have people come in, test the products, and then they would give them, like, a free pass to be able to shop the employee store and spend, I think they can get up to, like, $300 or something worth of products at the time, which is very reasonable because everything is, you gotta think about it, everything in there is half off. So they had, like, Garnier, they had, like, Garnier shampoo for, like, $2.50 because it was half off. So you're only paying $2.50 for a full size bottle of Garnier shampoo. It was amazing. They had facial wipes, Garnier facial, like, makeup cleansing wipes for, like, $3.50 that run you about, what, $7 at, like, CVS, $7 and change plus tax. It was so affordable. So a lot of people, like, were racking up. Like, everything was so Urban Decay products, half off the palettes, the foundation, the highlights. Like, it was Dior, half off Dior, Armani Exchange. Like, it is so amazing. So yeah, so I was like, it was very easy. It was a little bit busy because it was around the holiday time. It was, like, a very cool experience to just, like, be there and just see that everything was so cheap. And I didn't do much because the store was so small. Like, it was a really small store. It was pretty small. That literally I would just come in the morning before the store opened, like an hour before the store opened, and I would just, like, restock whatever's missing. For some reason, my manager loved to put me in Maybelline and the L'Oreal cosmetic area. So it got to a point where I stopped even asking what she wanted me. I would just come in the morning and then just go automatically to Maybelline and L'Oreal, and sometimes NYX, and restock it because I already knew that's what she was gonna put me, and cash wrap. So, like, literally for the first hour before we opened, I would just be restocking the lipsticks, the lip liners, the eyeliners, the mascara. That's all I was doing. Foundation. That's all I was restocking, was the little setup that they had. And then once we actually opened, I would pretty much just be ringing for the rest of the time, for the rest of my, like, 3 hours left. And it was very, very fun. It was a little difficult learning. In the beginning, it was a little bit difficult learning how to ring people in based off, like, their companies. And then they had, like, this little special thing that they did around the holidays for the employees, which I'm not going to talk about because it's for the employees. So it didn't apply to me because I was a temporary employee and I was considered part-time. So I didn't get the perks that they were getting because I wasn't going to be there for that long. I don't know how many L'Oreal headquarters there are. I know there's one in Manhattan that I was working at. I think there might be one in Jersey, maybe, don't quote me on it. Los Angeles. I don't really know. You have to look based off of your area. You can go to the L'Oreal career website and look and see if they're hiring. I think it should say like employee store or something along that line. But it was a wonderful experience. Very easy. My one critique of the job that I couldn't get used to, being that I've been in retail for so long. I've been in retail for about 5 years. I'm working on starting my own business because I've learned I cannot work for people. I do not like taking directions to a certain extent. And I don't agree with everything that goes on within someone else's company. I don't agree with decisions that they make. So I'm working on building my own brand, making my own name, and starting my own business. That is in the works right now. That's not the point of this video though. So the one thing that was a little odd to me when I first got there and I had to get used to, keep in mind, this is my first time working, in a cosmetic-based store. I never worked in a makeup store, a cosmetic store, none of that. So I can remember the first incident. It wasn't like a huge incident, but it was an incident where I had a guest come in and she was like looking for like her powder, like a powder that would match her. And we had like the little sample set up where you can try it or whatever. So she was like she couldn't remember her shade, and she was trying to, match 2 shades to see like which one looked better. And she just asked me like, oh, well, what do you think would look better? And I was like, well, I don't know much. I'm still new. I don't know much. But based off of, your skin tone, and whatnot, I would recommend this. So a big thing with the employee store is because everything is half off, everything is also final sale. You can't return it. You can't exchange it. Final sale. Unless there's like a special case where like, a perfume bottle, the sprayer, the pump didn't work or something, or you got home and your makeup was cracked and in shambles, that was different. Then they would do it. But 90% of the time, no. It's final sale. They have a sign at the register. It's final sale. No returns, no exchanges, none of that. So, I just gave the lady my honest opinion. I told her, like, I'm still new. I don't know much. But based off of your skin tone, I would recommend trying this. She said it's okay. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. It's fine. She didn't make a big deal about it. She said it's fine. So she bought it. So after she buys it, my manager, calls me like to the stock room where like her office is, and she's just like, my crazy thing is my manager was not mean at all. She was very understanding. She was a bubbly woman, very helpful. So I didn't take offense to what she said. It was just kind of like, oh, whoa. But she basically was like, we don't do shade matching here. Like, they should know their shade. We don't do that. We're not trained in that. So try not to, give somebody a suggestion. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, that's understandable because we're not trained in that. We're not a makeup store where you're getting trained in the products and how they work and whatnot. So I could understand why she said that, but it was still kind of like, oh, so you don't want me to help the customers kind of thing. So I was just like, okay, fine. Like, I didn't feel any kind of way about it. I was just like, okay, cool. Then fast forward a few weeks later, it was another situation that came up. We had ran out of something on display in the front, but I was like, it's fine, like, I can check the back for you. And it was like, I think it was like a NYX product, which I'm always working NYX. So I was like, I restocked this earlier. I don't think we have that shade, but I can run to the back and, check for you. So she was like, sorry. So she was like, okay, thank you. So I ran to the back, went to go look. We didn't have it. As I was getting ready to leave the stock room, my manager came up to me again and was just like, yeah, like, you don't have to come back here and check for things. Like, if it's not out there, then just tell them we're sold out. Because, if that's, then she was like, oh, she was like, because, if someone, sees you coming back here to get something for someone, then they're just going to make you come back and forth all day. So, if we don't have it out there displayed anymore, just say we don't have it. So, again, I was kind of like, not taken aback by what she said, because she was so sweet and so bubbly. Like, you can tell she was just saying it, to kind of help me a little bit. but I never worked a store where they did not want you to help the guests. You know what I mean? Like, it just wasn't customer, not saying it wasn't customer service friendly, it was just weird. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't want me to come back here and help you make this sale, even though the lipstick is like $3, but you don't want me to come back here and help you get $3 worth of money? Like, okay, okay, cool. So I learned right away, like, you know, don't do so much for the guests. I tried my best. But other than that, the job was really, really cool. It was a small store, so there was only about like 6 of us there. And we saw each other every day. The store was open Monday through Friday. Monday it was open 10 to 5, I think. And Wednesday it was open, or like 10 to 3, something like that. And then Wednesday it was open 10 to 6. It was like an extended day on Wednesdays. I don't remember because I never worked that long. But yeah, it was really cool. I enjoyed it. The manager apparently really liked me. Another perk of working there, they are always handing out like free stuff to like customers in the mornings. Like, they'll give out free stuff, and my manager would always like put little things to the side for the team. So when like I would be going home, she would be like, here you go, Day, like, here's this. Like, I got 2 of the Kiehl's butter something lip treatments, like overnight lip masks, which they're very hydrating. I love them. I got what is it, Vichy like hydrating water gel masks. She gave me like some body tint, which I ended up throwing away because it was way too light for me. It was like a body foundation type of thing, or body concealer, something like that. It was free, and she gave me like 5 boxes of those, but I gave them away because they just didn't work for me. But yeah, you get a lot of free stuff. She brought donuts one day, so like, she was just so nice, and everyone that worked there was very, very helpful, you know. And she was like, my last day, she asked me like, oh, you know, we might be, you know, needing temps again during like, you know, the summer or in a few months. Like, would you mind if, you know, I kept you on file, and you can always, I can call you if we need you. I was like, yes, girl, yes. So before I left, I got me like, I racked up with things that I needed, because I was kind of broke around that time, so I couldn't really ball out the way I wanted to ball out. But I ended up buying me like a 4 of the Garnier makeup wipes. I got the 2 charcoal and 2 of the peppermint cucumber, whatever one is in the green pack. I got 2 of those. They were like $3.50 each. I got an Urban Decay makeup palette that was I think that was like $15. It was half off, so it had to be like $15 or something. I also purchased a Clarisonic, the spin brush. That was half off, so it was only $50. I also got the little spin heads for like I think $12 or something like that. I bought my boyfriend some cologne for Christmas. He got the Polo cologne because the one I wanted was sold out. But yeah, they had like a lot of gift sets. I love it. I honestly love it, and I would do it again, like literally. So yeah, if you guys are interested, like I said, in applying to work at the L'Oreal employee store, just check to see if there's one in your area. And hopefully I will be working there again. Also, my manager liked me so much, she was like, girl, if you ever want to come and shop, like, call me before you come so I can put you on my list and you can come and shop. And I was like, yes, sis, put me on that list, because I'll put me some mascara on me. Ooh. But yes, also guys, I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent, sort of, in my videos, like I said in the beginning. So I do want to do like a story time type of video about the time that I ran away from home. It's very entertaining, so if you guys would like to know about that, please let me know down below. Also, like I always say in all my videos, comment, like, subscribe, leave me some suggestions of what you would like to see. I want to also do some like makeup videos. I'm just working on actually getting me a ring light and better lighting, and something that I could prop my phone up on, because me holding it like this, it ain't working. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I may do a Q&A by the end of the summer. You know what, at some point I will be doing a Q&A. Also guys, like I always say, I always leave my Instagram information down below. If you guys are going to follow me, please inbox me and tell me that, you know, you found me on YouTube and you wanted to follow me, because I get a lot of people who follow me and I honestly blocked them because they're either trying to sell me something, or they're spam, or you know, I'm just like, I don't know you, so no. Also, I'm gonna leave my new makeup, I guess, makeup beauty account, Instagram account down below as well. Please follow me there. I will be showing you a lot of new products coming out, and skincare things that I like. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and love my little vest from Champion. Thank you. Have a great day, guys. Love you. Mwah.